This is like a pet peeve of mine. And I hate it. It's just like, it's common sense. I mean, if someone calls you and you don't know the number, don't pick up. Someone texts you, you don't know the person, you don't know who it is, don't text them back. If someone's at the door and you don't know them and you don't want to open the door, you don't have to open the door. Okay? If it's on Facebook or Instagram and someone sends you a message and you don't want to reply, don't reply. If someone sends you a friend request and you're not comfortable with accepting it, don't accept it. Simple as that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. There is no law in the law of man that says when someone's at the door, you have to open it. You know, you don't have to open it towards the police. Now, if they have a warrant, then that's a different story. But if there's no reason for them to be there, there's no warrant, they're not announcing themselves, they're not doing anything, you don't have to open the door. Your phone rings, you don't know who it is, don't pick up. You get a text message or an email for someone you don't know, you don't feel comfortable talking to, don't pick up. Or if it happens to be someone you do know, you don't have to pick up. Say, hey, sorry, I couldn't get you. Sorry, I didn't know you texted me until later on. Simple as that. I fucking hate that. This happened. It's just like, don't reply. Do not reply. You know? And the reason why I say this is just, oh my God, it's like one of those things where it's just like, did it really have to go down like that? I mean, come on, you know, you made it look like I was some creep or some stalker, and really I wasn't, you know. Whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, you know, whether it's someone like, oh, cool, I can follow them, or you know what, they look like a cool person to be friends with, why not? 9 out of 10 of the time, I am literally expecting no reply. No, nothing. I am literally expecting nothing. Like, that's what I expect. I expect nothing. And I don't blame them. You know, because I'm the same way. If I don't know you or I don't feel comfortable talking to you, I'm not going to talk to you. You know, it goes either or. That doesn't make me a bad person. That doesn't make them a bad person. It just goes to show, like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know you. I don't feel comfortable. You know, and that's okay. That's everyone's right. You know, so Messenger back in the day, where like back in the day you didn't have to have a Facebook in order to have Messenger. Now you do. But back in the day I had Messenger and I got to use it without using a Facebook. And because a lot of my contacts already had Messenger already put them in the app. And it also used to have suggested people, so like these people knew who my friends were, but I couldn't tell who was who. It didn't say, oh, this person is friends with this person is friends with this one. Because you try to contact this person, you can contact this person because this person knows this person. It didn't show me that. That's only if you had Facebook, but I didn't have Facebook at the time. So I had a suggested column of people, and there was this one person. She grabbed me, you know. The filter must have been the filter, because the filter had like the hippie eyes, the hippie eyeglasses. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I went and I said hello. What grabbed my attention was that, you know, in Facebook you could put the bio pic, or like you put your bio, and apparently they lived in New York. And that kind of grabbed my attention because I have a lot of family in New York. I also have friends in New York who I have gone to school with, and they moved there. And I have oftentimes visited there. And majority of them, I have some that live near the city, that live maybe like an hour, 2 hours away from the city. I have other friends that live 5 hours away from the city. You know, so it got me curious. So I was like, how far are they from the actual city? And I simply asked the question, because that's how I start a conversation. I was like, hey, how does this work? Or, hey, I see that you study this. Is there any difference between this subject and that subject? You know, that's how I make a conversation. So I asked her, you know, hey, you know, I have some friends and family that also live in the state of New York. how far are you from the city of from New York? How far are you away from New York City? Simple question. I mean, like anything, she could have chose not to reply, and I expected no reply, like always. Um, Days later, she had replied back and had simply stated, "Oh, I live." I live a ways from the city. There's a lot more. There's a lot more than just the city. The city shit. And I replied back, I said, I get what you're saying. So Chicago shit too. And that was the end of it. I thought, okay, that was the end of it, stuff like that. I got a reply back, and it says, and I quote, "Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this, and why are you talking to me?" I'm like, thinking to myself, wow, that's one hell of a way to greet someone. I mean, if you really felt like that offended, you didn't have to reply. I wasn't expecting. I simply explained, well, I saw your picture in the suggested people box. I don't have a Facebook, and I don't know who's friends with who or who knows who. And I saw your picture, and I just clicked on it, and that was the end of it. She goes, okay, bye. I'm like, here's the thing. If you didn't want to talk, you didn't have to reply. And also, if you felt really, really if you felt like uncomfortable in any way, or you don't want people to know your business, don't put your business out there. Don't post your business. Don't put down where you went to school to, who you went to school with, where you live, what you do. If you don't want people to know what you do or know that information, don't put it on Facebook. Or like put it in private settings. Only friends can see this. You know what I mean? If you're gonna act like that whenever someone new asks you a question, or like if someone new says hello, then I really don't want to be around you. Damn. If I would have known that she was gonna act like that, I wouldn't have said nothing. But then again, that's her fault. She's the one that chose to reply. I didn't choose to reply. I didn't expect anything. She chose to reply. So obviously it's either she wanted to start trouble, or she was just one of those that just like, who the F are you? Okay, I really don't care. Or, things like that. She could have chose not to reply. Have I been in situations where I picked up the phone to some stranger? Yes, I have. Have I gone off on them? No. There was one time this number kept on calling, my phone kept on calling. And it got to a point where I was very annoyed with it. So I picked up the phone and I said, hello? And it was a woman that apparently was trying to get in contact with another person. And I can't remember who she was asking. And I said, no, ma'am, I'm afraid you have the wrong number. She goes, I do. And I say, yes, ma'am. There's no one by that name, and I'm the owner of this phone, of this number, and I don't go by that name. She goes, oh, I am so sorry. And I said, it's okay, ma'am, no worries. And she goes, and she makes a comment. She goes, you have a nice voice. And I said, well, thank you, ma'am. So did you. And you have a good day. She goes, you too. And that was the end of it. I didn't go like, who the fuck are you? What the fuck you want? What the hell's your problem? Why do you keep calling my phone? I didn't go off on her. I didn't, because there was no reason. When they kept calling, I thought, okay, either someone's trying to get in contact with me, or someone's trying to get in contact with someone, and they're calling my phone, which that has happened. When I was younger, we used to live in a house, and unfortunately, someone was calling from the state penitentiary, and we didn't know anyone who was calling. And my mom was like, "Oh my God, that is so sad. They're trying to call someone, and we can't help them out because we don't know this person. They're trying to call who owned this house or the number." And I said, "Yeah." So I didn't know who it was, but I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number." There was another time where this person actually thought I was someone else. They were sending me GIFs, they were sending me pictures, and it wasn't like, inappropriate pictures. It was like meme pictures, stuff like that. And at first I thought it was like a friend of mine, but it wasn't. And I said, hey, they kept on calling me another name. I said, hey, I'm not this person. They're like, haha, very funny, blah, blah, blah. They kept on doing it. It got to a point where, okay, I've already told you I'm not this person, but you know what? I'm not gonna. This was at the time where you didn't really have that block option. At least my phone didn't have that block option. I had like the rant. So I ended up calling them from my home phone, and I said, hello, this is the number that you keep calling and sending pictures to. I'd greatly appreciate that you stopped, because first off, I don't know you, and I have told you I'm not this person you're trying to call. like I said, I would appreciate if you stop, because I don't know who you're trying to get a hold of, but I'm not this person, so please stop contacting me. That was it. And they never did it again. They never, because obviously it goes to show, hey, I really don't know who you are, but I would like for you to stop, because I have told you I'm not this person, so you need to stop. But that was it. I didn't go like, who the fuck are you? You need to fucking stop. I just said, hey, I don't know who you are. Obviously, you're trying to get in hold of someone, and I'm not this person. I have told you a couple times, so please stop calling me. And that was it. That was all I did. I didn't go off on them. I didn't raise hell. I just simply told them, hey, you need to stop. You need to stop calling me. Simple enough. That was it. That was all I said. But yeah, if you don't want to answer the door, don't answer the door. If you don't pick up the phone, don't pick up the phone. If you get a text or a call or something and you don't want to reply, don't reply. Simple as that. Don't reply. If you don't feel comfortable accepting some friend request or replying to some person you don't know, don't reply. It's that simple. Don't reply. Simple as that. Don't reply.